Welcome, everybody. What a beautiful day it is. How are we today? Right now, I have an electronics person's electrical gadget, electron-based people. Their worst absolute nightmare just about in the world. It would be the second worst. The first would be getting zapped and dying, of course. Second is potted PCBs. Basically, you take a board like this, you put it in a case, and then you just pour in the epoxy. That's exactly what you're dealing with, called potted. Now, the reasoning behind that is a couple things. Durability, very durable. You're not going to have, for exterior uses, this and that. The weather isn't going to be able to infiltrate in as easily and this and that. Whatever, especially when it comes in a little case like this one does. It fit right down in here. You know, see, it's even got the little rubber grommet dookie to stop. Even though as tight as this was, there's still little cobwebs. Not bad, not bad. But anyhow, so I've had luck with this before. I did this with an old, it was actually a Skitter CDI box, the old style, like the things like this. It's heavy. It's like a tank, but all it is a circuit board in there. It's a metal box, basically. But then they just took epoxy, poured it in. It's real loose epoxy, and then dipped the circuit board in there. And but I used a combination of a little bit like a simmer, water and heat, and like boiled it, and but had the thing sitting there, and it like turned into like I'd say like beeswax, where you could kind of chop at it and it would come apart, and you could actually get somewhere with it. This stuff, no. So I do understand when people say, yeah, no, this stuff isn't. If you see why it's wet here, I used, what is this? This is a powerful all-purpose stripper that's easy to use. She comes hot and ready for, oh, no, this is paint stripper deal, but didn't even touch this. That's some of the, I mean, I was trying to think of the nastiest stuff I could put on it to get some type of, so I was dead. I'm dead in the water. And the sad thing is, all I really need here is the relay. The relay. It worked last year. It's just a dumb little scooter. It's one of them that's actually, I'm not a big person at all, or this or that. And it's almost too small for me. I can barely get on it. You know, one of them tiny little electric ones. But it worked. It moved and everything. But the batteries I had were dead. So now I had a thing of lithium ions for it. And was messing around with that. But anyways, so this year I started playing around with this, sitting out behind the house. And just to have a run around with it. And click, 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 click. And it would come on, off, intermittent. So I started digging. I thought it would just be a relay. I didn't really think they'd have a whole circuit board because it seems so simple. It's really just a little twist throttle, but it's just, that's acting as a resistor or a potentiometer. And it's just ring, but I don't know, something else is going on. But anyways, so what the heck? I might have gotten really lucky. First, I was poking at it. I was using just my little tweezies here, and this was just the end spot. It's the end where they ended up, where the material that they used was a little bit light. That's it, and it was kind of pokey. But I think I might have come up with something here. If you see what's going on, I hope this is getting picked up good, because you really gotta see it to. But working my way down through, and I can't really like chop into it, so I started at what I thought would be. Now hopefully it's not taking stuff. You see on the back side of a circuit board, unless you get into a more complex board, this is a lithium ion, nickel metal hydride, all that construction battery charger. So it's a little more complex, so you got these chips on the back, but usually you're not, a lot of times you're not going to have anything populated on the back. You're just going to have your solder spots. That's it. But so you don't want to go screaming through this, but I mean, if this is like make or break. This is the scooter right here, really. If I don't jimmy it, and the tool I'm using, all like this is a chuck off a dumb garbage drill. Got the chuck off. I have a previous video of how to do that, and like how to do it when they're really stuck, and like really stuck, like impossible. Yeah, and I don't know what even this is. It was something that I repurposed. I know that it was. I love it though. It's just I use it as like a little spade. Yes. It almost looks like it took like the solder mask off, which is fine. We can remask it. That's actually not a problem. They sell remask. I think it's like a couple dollars. Is it? And I have some, yeah, right here. This is what the remask looks like. $2 straight from China with the smile. Oh, going the wrong way. Hold on. This. So I don't like using the phone, but this is a cookie gimmick. Yeah, you see all the traces there. But I think what I needed, I need these here. That's going to be my relay. You're going to have your coil, and once the coil gets induced, or gets a charge into it, the electrons flow, you'll have magnetism. Magnetism throws a slug, and the slug basically punches a, we'll say it trips. It trips the circuit, basically. The relay does. It triggers trips. So is that all of it? I think that's enough to even, wow. But that was how lucky, because I mean this stuff. First, this thing, I mean, it don't look like it, but it is sickening sharp. This does nothing to it. I thought I'd at least be able to like nibble at it if I had to, you know. I mean, it's so, wow. It's even strong that way. So yeah, that's all it is though. Just really brutal stuff. But that'll get me far enough. So heat did nothing to help with this. And see how simple the back of it is too? There's nothing really, you know, no chips or anything for it to really grab and get into. Now, if I'm going to replace this, I obviously don't want to resolder it. So a way to get around that, the easiest way, and I'm bringing it right through you, build a suspense, because this is a good one. That's a beauty. Yeah, the best way to waterproof a circuit, right there. That's basically you're putting on spray on finish like this. Spray on poly. This is a spar. This is some old stuff. It just sprays on clear. You can get it in shades, whatever. And what is the exact word for it? I can't. Having a moment, but there's another word for that stuff. But yeah, you actually just go over it like with a, even, you know what I've seen people use before is a car clear coat. So they get done, clean everything off real good, all the dust, dirt, debris, all that, and your hand oily fingerprints are off of it. And like car clear, I'm talking about. You know how a car, you have your primer, then your paint that is so pretty and it looks excellent, but then you have the clear coat that goes on, like 3, 4, even more coats, that it's thick too. Well, that's what I'm talking about. And that's why you can wax your car and the paint doesn't come off. Because waxing actually is almost, it's a sanding operation, but you're not really sanding, you're just buffing more or less. Real light to the 10th millionth gimmick. But yeah, I think I'm far enough, but I was gonna just see if it would. And all it got that started, I thought I was toasted. So I just put it like in a block, and I just stuck this one here in between and hit it twice with the hammer. I keep hammering this fat or transistor, whatever it is, and it just went psh. I went, whoa, that's something new. Gotta make a video on that. So I think I'm gonna stop there and not take any more big chances with it. We'll see how this video comes out, but I'm gonna keep going ahead. We'll pull the relay and see what's going on. So what I need to do is get it to trigger and then test the contacts, see what the continuity is, or the ohm out the contacts. And if you're not zero, or sometimes you're getting intermittent, that's not good. So, I mean, I got the power supply right here. Why can't I do that? I'll do it. It's a 24 volt setup. That's what I mean. It's weird. You got to double the batteries, but this, I think 12 volts will trigger it. If it doesn't, it's just gonna need more current to do it. I mean, it's just figuring out how it's all set up. And I'm not really, I'll be straight up with you, not a board re-engineer guy or this or that. Honestly, the best way I think to do something, if I was dug deep and I needed to figure something out that was major, is I would use the LT Spice or something like that and build a circuit on there and learn it that way. Kind of backwards learning it by putting it into the system for LT Spice. But then you can look up every component. There's not something that you can't look up, and it's fabulous. That darn LT Spice, and you can run it. It's basically, I guess, like a $4,000 setup, but the guy was... He was in the business and he made his money and this and that, and he was retiring. So he said, you know what, I'm just gonna, I think that's my debt to humanity. And he decided to, I'm gonna ohm this first, see what the ohms are. And gave it out for free, actually, which was cool. His donation to humanity. Otherwise, it's like, I guess, $4,000 for a life supply or something. There's more to it than LT Spice, but I can't remember. It's okay. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see, that's going all the way down through, so they're switching, looks like here. But it's going to be across this. These two would be the opposite. What am I reading? I missed it. M, okay. 227K. 230K. This is maybe I'll grab a big square one that I have. Boy, I don't ever remember seeing one with a little notch out of the corner like that, because I have a whole box of relays sitting right here. Oh, not there. Where are the relays? Go relays. Where do they go? How can I not find my relays? There's a hole. I must have buried them. Relays, relays, relays. Come on. Serious? They were just in a Tupperware thing right there. They just... I know I put them somewhere, but it's that spot that I set. Come on. So they won't fit there, not there, and there. Boy, it would really help me if I could match up a relay. So what's going on with that? Mother effer. Guess not. Jesus. Fucking goddamn it. That's so annoying. I have no idea where it's at. It's placed somewhere. I'm sure it's important where it's placed. This is right off of... I mean, who the frig knows what's what here, but these two are the same. That's the same. And that's different. And that's different than that. I'm still not getting a small enough like ohms value where like I would think it would be the coil of the relay. That's why I'd like to. Maybe I gotta pop this relay open. I really need to anyway, honestly. I gotta figure out what's going on with it. I gotta figure out why it's doing what it's not doing. So, might as well take the pain now. Sometimes you can squeeze them a little bit and get them in a crack. If it cracks, it might free it up just enough that I can whittle away at it and get in there. I'm planning on that the relay's garbage, or even if it's not, well, I know it's not right. So is what I'm hoping is open it up, look at the contacts, and maybe clean the contacts up and seal it back up. As far as the board sealing it, then we got our cool, there's a coil. I don't know why I was hesitant of doing that right in the first place instead of making a big production. I like productions, I guess. One thing I'll admit about me is I like big productions. Okay. So we don't really care about anything inside this relay but the contacts, because that's what's going to be our problem. Unless it's actually the windings of the coil. And the windings are shot and toasty or something. This is so weird how this is Wait till I show you. Look at that. Yeah, on the end it's got this big wired. See that? Usually, that's why I wanted to find the thing. Usually with the relays, if you look at the rectangular, so the short sides are, say it's like this, you go on the long sides, which say it's like this, will go on this right here, pretend the wires ain't there. There will be a little notch and a little notch on this side where you can put a tiny little screwdriver. You go in and just go into that and turn your screwdriver and then do it on the other side, and you can pull it off like a top hat right up off of it. The whole plastic case comes right off, and you can put it right back on too, and it's like almost sealed up and everything, good to go. This one is not like that. I don't think I was gonna get any help anyway with the, you can see the epoxy's coming up the sides of it. And I'm just trying to make sure that I don't rip away. I don't want to rip it through the board, you know. That's just about her, though. Awesome. Oh, that don't want to break. Still don't want to break, though. Snap. Just poking away. So as you can see the contacts are going to be right down in here. There's this. It's I don't know what the top of it is. It's weird how they have the top set up on these. That's one thing different about this. I guess it's switching a pretty good chunk of load, but it's a big, that's a pretty darn big relay. One of the bigger ones. That's what I mean. Here's the big coil, and it's got a slug in the center of it. And when you get a magnetic field induced, it fires it out the end to make contact. And the contacts are part of this. You see that threaded wire. Come on. I mean, that's what it is. It's just, you don't want to nibble at this. No, this is part of the actual coil making. Now, if you don't have that, a full, well, if it's shorted, you'll have an issue. You won't get the throw that you need. And if it's, that stuff, you can't wind it by hand. That's how, like, fragile it is. It'll just break in half on you. But it's tiny wire, just machine wound onto it. And yeah, if one of them wires, say you had micron sized snips, and you went in and just snipped one wire, there, bang, that's why it doesn't work. Or it burned out right there. That one wire burned itself free. Okay, I think we're pretty good here. I just want to make sure I get to the corner, because there's a copper piece here, and copper piece and then something else will make up the contacts. That's what makes the contacts. They're always a bimetal. That's your copper, and then they got a coating on it. I don't even really know what the coating is. Plated, I know that. I'm guessing for higher, the copper doesn't hold up as well to when they first, because they arc over, and that's a big part of it. There's a lot right at that snap of a, much faster in a blink of an eye. It turns the plasma and everything else. But anyways, it still doesn't, I can't see my contacts of where this, maybe I'll just take this off, let the pin flop out so then you guys can see it. Boy, is that locked right up? How could it be locked up? I did hear it. It was not hearing it work enough. Okay, this one works the opposite. It actually is shut. Say it's shut, it's a closed circuit, so you're good. It's not closed like it's go back home, everything's closed. No, closed like a closed loop. And then when it fires, or there's magnetism induced, it fires that slug, and that would hit this here. But then there's a contact down here too that it looks like it's hit. I'm not going to be able to get it cut away enough. This is what I've been fighting with the last little bit, but it's I'm trying to figure out if it's making a contact with that, if that's like a big part of it, or not really. And that's a new blade, so I do not want to mess around and get cut by this thing. It just broke the old blade off. And there is a huge, because I sharpen them actually. Till they break right off, I'll keep sharpening them, because I'm cheap. Anyways, yeah, there's the contacts for that. Okay, let me pop I'm gonna pop that spring, and I don't want it to go flying where I lose it. So let me try. Okay, there's a trick to it. Oh yeah, I did it. Shot myself in the arm. I'll be all right. I'll survive, I think. But I did shoot myself in the arm, and it dropped on the floor. I'll find it. I'm not gonna waste your time doing that. I wanted to get the slug and everything so you guys can see it. Okay. Boy, it's just so jammed together in this corner. I can't do anything with it. And then there's them little capacitors right underneath them. I can't. It's just a quagmire. So, big hockey game tonight. Tampa Bay Lightning, my great Tampa Bay Lightning, playing. It'll be game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. They are ahead 3-1 after a big win last night in overtime. Just fabulous. Going for their second Stanley Cup ever. Seeing them witnessing them win their first one in 2004, 2005 season was one of the biggest highlights of my life. It was awesome. Awesome. And just to me, to anyone else, it's nothing big. But I grew up as a child watching Dave Anderchuk, and then he was the captain of the Lightning at the time, and that was a big thing, I guess, when ended up down there, was he changed the culture and everything else, and made sure no one come in the locker room and walked over, which is in the middle of the locker room, the emblem. It was just to establish some rules that needed to be set instead of. See, there's that contact. That is wow. Is that? See, this does come off. Come on. I know you come off. It's just how it's so jammed up in this Durbit corner. Oh my gosh, the contacts look beautiful. If I've seen them right, they look spotless. One of the best contacts I've ever seen. Okay, this should not be that hard. It should be. It can't go down. It can't go over. I just want to wiggle. I mean, really? We'll cut into the capacitor. Its life does not matter. We're not too worried about that little capacitor. You see it's got surrounded by a bunch of buddies, so they're helping it anyway. So they're sharing. So he's just gonna be a little more selfish than the others. Wow. It almost acts like the epoxy got into the dribbled in, slowly went in, got into this corner. It's definitely not the same plastic. Oh, I just wiped it out. Wow. Oh, I didn't. I thought I really finagled it. I took the top off that capacitor, though. He's just selfish now. Yeah, but I mean, I can't. It's not. It's that tough stuff again. It's really solid. This should come up now, and it isn't for some odd ass reason. You can see it's loose. It fell out of the way. Good. Get out of the way, bitch. What is that hanging on? Okay, that's hanging on the diode. Now that fell in my lap, and then there. Yeah. So, yeah, here. Ah! Them contacts. And I had a little bit of wear on them. A little tarnish. Seen way 10,000 times worse. Here's the slug I'm talking about. Now, this slug acts like it's really lodged. Like I said, you could hear it. Okay, now it's finding out what goes where. So this is. Would be nice if that was not there. That thing's life is not gonna matter. Look at it. It did. It dribbled in there. So I wiped that part out. That would have come right out the bottom. Let's find out where that is. I can't do it with these things on. So if we're here, we're going to go here. And this way is there. So it's saying right here was that thing. The tab that I wiped right out. And that goes bloop, bloop, the whole shot. So, that's got to be contacting something over here to make this work then. Because something's got to give. Something's got to connect to get it to work. To let it work. Let it hunt. Dog want to hunt. So where are the... I don't see where the feeds are. There's, for the coil. I want to induce the coil. Get the slug, the fire. See if it's hanging up or what it's doing. We're going to guess. But they're going to be right here. Going to come off of the back of this round part like this. Boink, boink. So there's 3. Is it going to be 3 of them? No. Oh, am I too far down from right here? Shing. These 3 here, 1, 2, and 3, are not. No, they are. Okay. They are in the board. They are on this. So it must be connected or something. Anyway, something's getting connected to something here. Let's put some freaking voltage to it. Oh, I guess a little trick for these. Usually, this one might be different because this is 24 volt now. But for testing of most that I found, relays, they're usually 12 volt, 5 volt, whatever. Amp ratings change, everything else. But your 9 volt batteries usually typically will safely do most, if not all. And all you're listening for is just it's going to sound a little different here because we don't have the end on it. The slug will actually shoot right out of there if we get it right. But if we don't guess it right, it won't. M3, we're right here. Bang, bang, bang. lay down, you'll be alright. Man, that thing. Okay, this isn't going to be enough, I don't think. I think it's stuck or something, even. Which is weird. I don't know how that really happens. It's strange. Actually, if you ask me, in my opinion. What the heck do I know? I don't know. Yeah. About, Yo. I get some amps going. We'll go with at least 2. So we're going to short this out. Bump this up. 2 amps. Good. Try it again. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna find what's making the connection here. Now that board doesn't start till right there, that line, 1, 2, 3 line. So at least doing it like this, I can see right there. That's where I start drawing. Now if I flip it, one way is gonna suck, the other end's gonna shoot it or whatever. That thing's not moving. So weird, because I have one right here. All of them. They just pop right out. Pop right out. I mean, it's crazy how fast and easy they'll do it. I mean, watch this. Watch this one. This is just a dummy one I got from somewhere. Or suck it in. Something will happen. What's going on with this one? Oh, this one's acting like it's not a full, complete circuit. So not. Yeah, it's not acting. Not acting copacetic. That's the wires nipped right there. Ah, grabbed a great one to show. Really setting things off. Set it off. Woo! Set it off. Set it up. Set it off. Woo! Set it. Woo! Set it. Set it. This one's gonna be a good, cool one. I got some cool ones. I actually was gonna do this with my lawnmower. Set one like up like this for the hitch. This one's cool. Wanted to do this. Now this one's a little different. It was a locking setup, but once that locks, so that's locking. So I want to go the other way. We'll go this way, which will be repel. Oh. Now, the more I put into it, as far as amps, is the more the hold will be. And I think the 9-volt battery, you can't even pull it apart, if I remember right from last time. How it... Anyways, that's how it works. That's it. But yeah, you see how that one works. This one's doing nothing. How do you get on that? These things are remotely the closest thing I'd ever have, and not even. So this is going to be another fail video of nothing. Oh, did grab it. Man, if I could just get the hammer, bap it. Oh, I got the little sludge. Oh, it's sweet that I got that sitting right there. I mean, that should pop right out of there. Unless there's a charge on it, and there shouldn't be any charge on it. Nothing. That is so weird. I don't think I've ever come across this before. Maybe they get a little bit stuck. Yeah, wow, I can't. I was just on it, and I can't do anything with it. Get it to move or nothing. Oh my gosh, it's jammed in there. I wonder if it shorted and like cooked itself in there. You typically, you'd smell it. I mean, or it'd be corroded in there. So we know it's garbage, so it's got to come out. Just rip and tear. It has to come out. It has to. I can't. What am I going to do? Drill it and everything else? No. I don't know. I guess that's the video. I don't know what else to add to that. That's a big fail. I thought that would have been something cool and not so freaking weird and complicated and douchey. So that was a shitty video. Big fail. Don't give me anything. I don't want anything or deserve it. I just want everyone to be safe. How about that? And have a good weekend. Some good things going on this weekend, and it's beautiful weather out here. So you guys just be safe. How about that? That's what I want. That's what I demand. I demand everyone have a good time, be safe, be freaking. You see someone that needs help, freaking get out of the car, stop in traffic, go over and help them. If someone ever did that to you, it would change your freaking whole day. So if you did that for just someone, just imagine what it would do, you know. So that's what I ask, kindly ask. So just be kind to each other. Just enjoy, guys. Have a great weekend, and thanks for giving me your time, patience, and everything else. See you guys. See ya.